Good evening and welcome to the Town of Acton, Maine Selectmen's meeting for October 4th, 2016. First, salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Approval of the agenda, and there's one item we could take off that for the night.
I move that we approve the agenda.
Okay,
I second,
okay, and can we have just
with the omission of 3A.
yes. Yeah, crossing out 3A because the person's not here tonight, so. Okay, moved and seconded to approve the agenda with the omission of item 3A. Any discussion? Call for a vote, all in favor? All opposed? Approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the last meeting. The only discussion I have on that is on the section about discussing the fire truck. Warrant and Finance, we had talked that Warrant and Finance had approved that 100% as well. It wasn't in the minutes.
There was no talk about warrant.
There was no, I didn't see any talk about Warrant and Finance.
Okay, I'll take a look at it, and if not, make sure that we add something.
Yeah.
Minutes were sent.
Not your minutes.
Oh,
No, the minutes of our last meeting.
Oh,
So, did you see that anywhere?
It sounds familiar.
I thought there was something in there, but I'll make sure and clarify. I mean, there was no official vote needed.
No, it was-
But
Yeah,
just the fact.
yeah, that they also approved. Yeah, okay.
I'll add it.
Any further discussion on that? Nope, call for a vote, all in favor? All opposed? Okay. Department head and committee chair updates. Seeing none, we'll move on to old business. Fire station roof.
So the fire department is having their big open house this Saturday,
Yes.
October 8th. So with that being said, we've scheduled the roof to begin on Monday, October 10th. It is Columbus Day. However, the roofing company has assured me that they want to work and start that day anyways. So we're going to meet them over there about 7:30 on Monday, the 10th. They get their 50% deposit down. They figure it will take them about 2 days to be in and out. We'll have
Okay.
time to take a look at it and then
Okay.
give them balance.
You're not gonna give them the balance until they show up to start the job? That's what you,
They, based on the contract that we accepted, they get
Okay.
50% on the
Okay.
day they start.
sounds great. Sounds great,
I
so.
signed you up to meet them at 7:30.
Oh, did you now? Yeah, I'll be in Brentwood.
What?
I'll be in Brentwood. Unfortunately, I have to work Columbus Day.
You do?
Yes,
We'll make sure that they.
so, okay. That sounds good. Library walkway.
So the walkway is coming along nicely. I'm hoping by next week, but I just kind of give a little bit of heads up that we can sit down and go through some numbers. I did speak to the road commissioners regarding the tarring, and I'm hoping to have some numbers tomorrow. Ken's going to come back out and look at the slope that we discussed, determine if it's going to go out to that line. And because David has paving being done so close, Scott's authorized him to kind of handle it, so David's gonna come by tomorrow and try to give us an idea of what it might cost. Then we'll throw in the window and the railings.
Yep.
We hope to be done by the end of the month.
Sounds good. It looks really
It
nice.
looks very nice.
Yep.
Very nice job.
Okay. Old sand and salt building, that's out to bid, is it?
No,
Not yet.
it's not, but it's being worked on.
Okay. Good. Anything else on that?
Nope,
Nope.
being worked on.
Sounds good. The tanker truck from Rochester that the fire department has purchased.
Yeah, so Chief Johnson met with Treasurer yesterday and passed over the information in regards to getting it added to the insurance, so she'll do that tomorrow. I spoke to her earlier today and working on getting a check for the payment, and he'll go over and pick it up or just pay for it at the end of the week.
Yeah, I think he actually is planning on picking it up and having it at the station for the weekend.
Oh, good.
So,
Good, but how?
Yep. Okay, new business, rec baseball sign up.
Basketball.
That too.
So, I'm just gonna read you the cover letter from the Acton Rec. These, we made copies and collated them for the school to send out, but just in case anybody's watching. So, dear Acton parents, basketball season is just around the corner and it's time to register all interested children. Please complete the attached registration form and medical information and return to the town hall or school by Wednesday, October games are being held every Friday from November 5th to December 16th. And it goes on to talk about the rec is running, the rec programs are being run on the basis of interest in the community and are trying to sustain their projects, their programs. That he's looking for volunteers, such as a coordinator, cheering coordinator, coaches, referees, and so forth. So they're taking applications up to October 12th and looking for people to help run the program. And I think Elise might have spoken to you. Do you have anything to add to that? Any?
No, we just, the person who had previously run it several years in a row,
Yeah.
can't remember her name, cannot do it this year, so they do need somebody to head that up.
So just like we made our plea for the other sports, this is basketball, and there has to be somebody out there that that was their sport back in the day, and we really appreciate them coming forward.
That would be wonderful. I mean, the folks that have taken on the rec department are doing a wonderful job and really pushing forward with it, so I think it's got a new resurgent to it, so that's great. Balch Dam.
Balch Dam, so I have been in communication with the town of Newfield. Started actually just last week. I got some correspondence from the administrative assistant to the selectmen over there saying that some work needed to be done on Balch Dam. They were looking to put some fencing up on the lower sides of the dam. They're looking to put some gates by the openings to keep people out, and also some fencing around the concrete barriers. I guess it's been inspected, and there's some safety concerns with it. So they sent me over some quotes. Altogether, it's about $3,600, so we're looking for Acton to pay half of that. And I did speak to the chair of the board of selectmen, just to kind of touch base on, how they got to this point without us knowing anything about it, essentially, because it was, it's half Acton and half Newfield. A new selectman who's a very friendly, very helpful guy, and said, listen, if your board wants to start the whole process over from the beginning so we can open up communication, let's do that. That's not not what they were told. They kind of took it upon themselves. Like I said, he wants nothing but good, open, clear communication with you guys, and offered to start it over if that's what you wanted. I spoke to the treasurer. We've got some money set aside for this, that we could repair it and help with this fencing gating if you'd like. I reviewed the bids, and they did get 2 or 3 different companies for each one of them, so everything seems to be in place. And he again sent his apologies for not better communicating and said that he'd make sure they did in the future. Those are the bids that they're looking at.
What account would we take that out of?
One of the dam maintenance accounts.
Okay. Are the dam maintenance accounts set up so they're particular dams, or is it just a general? So I think we have one set up for the,
There's a separate account, I think.
Yeah, there are. There's
Okay.
for each dam,
Okay.
but there's a general one as well.
okay,
And I'm not gonna pretend to know which account right off the bat.
Yep, no, that's okay. I just-
spoke to
yeah.
Michelle and told her the expense and asked her, if we had the money to repair the dam, and she said yes, it was a dam maintenance account.
yep. I have been over to this dam when I was the EMA director. I had to do a assessment on it and whatnot, and it's one you can walk right up to and fall in if you want to.
Well,
And that's the problem.
The
Yeah.
gentleman I spoke to, Jeffrey, who's the new chair over there.
Yep.
So I guess the state took this over X amount of years ago and redid it.
Yeah, I don't know the ins and
Kind
outs of it,
history that
but,
I got.
yeah,
And they're narrowing it. It didn't have to be as wide as it was. He was more than willing to come over and talk to you guys if you'd like.
Yeah.
Or we could, just let them do the safety concerns and
Yeah.
make sure going.
I mean, it looks
forward.
like they've done a good job getting
Yeah, they
prices
gathered-
and,
Yeah.
yeah, they get the same rules they gotta go by as we do, so. Looks like they followed them to the T, so. Do we just need to approve some money out of the,
We're just gonna, if you just.
Dam
approve,
account?
You just approve spending half of it, and I don't tie it to an account until I can speak to
Okay.
Michelle. No, we wouldn't,
okay, so I guess we just,
Does not exceed the half amount, here's the email, right? Look at that. I circled at the top.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
sure.
Williams, Sunset Boulevard. Did I hear you say that the state fixed that dam?
That's what I've been told, I can't confirm that, but I was,
I think it was the state.
yeah.
So my next question is, if the state fixed the dam, can we ask them for some assistance in terms of fixing fences and stuff
I think
around
the
it?
idea behind Newfield is the safety concern.
Right.
The dam is, up and running and they did
Right.
their share, but I'm not sure that they have the same safety concerns that Newfield has.
So the state, we can't expect the state to say yes or no to help us
We
out?
can certainly ask them, but from the way, and again, I haven't personally seen it, they would be better, you guys would be better off to describe it. I mean, what it
Yeah.
sounds like from Newfield is that you literally, kids could fall in over it.
No, I
can't.
understand what you're saying, I
Yeah.
just wondered why the state, if they
I'm
build
not sure the
it,
state, I don't wanna say would care, but it's the town's responsibility, so if anybody's
that,
liable.
that was my question.
Yeah,
we
the
could
state,
ask
the
them.
state doesn't own the dam, so
Right, the towns own
the
it.
towns own it, so, yeah.
And he did make mention that, and I think I made a note of it somewhere, that they were doing a specific type of fencing so that you couldn't get under it either. So
Yep.
they really put some thought into securing it.
Right, yep, yep, yep.
And I'm not sure, I guess I'd be interested to hear why the state redid it X amount of years ago, I don't.
Yeah,
know much
it
about it.
probably was deteriorating and it's, yeah, I don't know, so.
Do you recall that,
Okay.
Bill?
What?
The state working on the dam?
Yeah, it was the state that did the.
Do you know why they did it? Was there a problem or?
Yeah, the thing was falling apart.
Okay.
And I think the state paid it for all of it.
Yes,
I don't
that,
think,
and that's what Newfield,
yeah.
that's what I understand.
Yeah, actually, also within the last 10 years, they did some work on the road out there too, with a box culvert where the dam overflows into. I remember that when I was at the fire station because we had to set up something with Newfields. We couldn't go there, they couldn't come here. So the state did do a lot of that work. That's not a state road, I don't think, though, is it? That doesn't have a number to it. It's what, Acton Ridge?
Right.
So, yep, okay. Well, I guess if then, yeah, I do know we have some other accounts, so I guess if we can get a motion to spend up to half of what Newfield needs. Let's see, it says the project cost looks like $3,610.75. So I guess just,
Yeah, so that,
someone want to make a motion then to
I move that we, what do you want to
spend half,
do? I spend,
yeah, support,
support with,
Newfield with,
half the requested, money for the, what the hell, that was,
The repair of the
fencing and
Yeah.
gates.
for the Balch Dam.
I second that at $1,800, is that right?
It's gonna be in that, it's gonna be in that ballpark,
That
but not to,
ballpark.
yeah. So, sure. Okay, so. Okay, we have a motion on the table to support the expense for the Balch Lake Dam
Second,
for Newfield, up to roughly $1,800 for the fencing and the security of the dam. Any further discussion? Nope, call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Great. Public comment.
no, let's,
Oops.
1805,
okay. 180530, not to exceed. Okay.
33,999.
Okay,
okay, before we leave this,
yes.
new item, one of our concerned citizens, Mr. Secar, is complaining about the lack of any striping on Garvin Road. And it seems that the other day, he was going in one direction and coming down the hill was going the other, and they actually just, the bumpers hit each other. So they come very close to what could be a
Very bad wreck.
Yes. So the question is there anything that the town can do to stripe it, even if it's just going to the 2 or 3 hills in the road and striping it, at the top of the hill and down on each side, so at least the car coming knows the state of it.
I mean, I guess the first thing I would say is, has he spoken to the road commissioner of that side of town and gotten
Well, that was the
opinions there?
question, who do we go to?
Is-
The road
He wants a stripe in the
commissioner
middle?
Mm.
Yeah,
That'd be Scott's side of town.
the road has to be a
The road
certain width.
commissioner has the right to put certain things in the budget, correct? I mean, and that would be up to him to come to you guys.
Yep.
I don't know if signage would help on the sharp
Yeah.
ends, or, I mean, that
No,
would be
it's
the place to
pretty,
start.
yeah, it's more of a hilly road than it is sharp. So
Right.
it is very easy on that road to lose a car in a hill with another car coming the other way. I know several years ago, we did discuss striping some of the roads in town.
Right,
Acton does not stripe any of the town roads right now. Any striping that is in town is done on state roads. We had a quote to stripe some of the major roads. I'm sure Gavin was not one of them at the time. I think it was in excess of 20,000.
Wow.
Numbers came through that.
Yes, actually, it was not a planning board member at the time.
Right,
So,
right.
he was a resident. And he talked about striping, I forget how many roads it was, but it was quite a bit of money to do. And then you also have the upkeep every few years to redo it at the same if not higher cost. So, I mean, it's something I'm sure we could have the road commissioners look into again. There's a few coming up.
okay, so I'll talk to Scott.
Yeah, talk to Scott and have,
It's gonna be difficult, similar to the paving, I mean, they're gonna, the guys are gonna say to you that, certain things like this, it's great to put them in the budget, but if,
Yeah.
if we continue to cut the budgets,
right,
I mean, the paving's been cut out the last 2 or 3
Right.
years, I mean, it's hard to.
yeah,
Williams again. I understand the budget problems that we have with that particular department, but if we're going to do I assume this is going to be double yellow stripe and don't pass for either lane. And it'll put the center of the road in perspective for the drivers. But H Road has so many curves and so many very steep hills. It's used by many people, especially on their way to the transfer station. We have big log trucks that go back and forth all the time. And every time I drive home on H Road, I really sometimes it's a near miss in terms of large trucks and other things going past. And so, again, I would agree with the selectmen that there are certain roads that people are asking, but I think H Road should certainly be among that for the reasons I just mentioned. Thank you.
thank you. I know there was guidelines as well as to how wide a road needs to be to have certain numbers of stripes, whether you get them on the sides or the center. So we'll have to relook at that and see.
I mean, do you wanna bring both road commissioners in, or we can just plan on bringing them during budget season? I mean, there's not a whole lot that can be done.
Yeah, there's not much we can do, I don't think, right now. We don't have any money in any budget to run out and stripe any roads, but we can certainly tell the road commissioners to, if they want to investigate that and look at it for their budget,
Something that the board would support.
Sure.
Garvin Road gets narrow and then it gets wide.
It does.
And it gets narrow.
And H
wide.
Road is exactly the same way. We have narrow spots
Yeah.
and wide spots. And the fact that it varies is another reason why, at least on hills, that there should be some division so that people know where the middle of the road is.
Okay,
Do they go through, do they do partial striping?
you can. Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like I've seen roads that have just one yellow.
yeah, I've seen roads with just one yellow,
Yeah.
one yellow. And once again, it depends on the width of the road as to what you can do. Because if you have no stripe on the road, technically it's a wider road.
Right.
If you put 2 stripes on the road, you're taking them almost a foot out of the road
Right.
for your stripes. So it's, yeah, I know the state does have guidelines on that, so.
I'll reach out to
Yeah.
Scott and David this week and
Yep.
mention Garvin and Main Road and see what they want.
Yeah, and I'm sure I know there's other roads in town, I mean, you can break it down to a bunch of them, so, yep. Great, any other public comment? Anyone at all? Okay. Announcements, volunteers are still needed for the rec department, the cemetery committee, and the road committees. Let's see, the winter sand bids are out for the 16-17 winter sand.
Yep,
Those close
October 12th.
October 12th. We have a delayed opening at the town hall for October 5th. That's what, noontime it'll be open, or 1?
We'll be open at noon time tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow, October 5th, it'll be open at noon, so. Absentee ballots are now available,
Empty ballots are available.
okay? As noted earlier, the fire department is having a open house this coming Saturday, kick off Fire Prevention Week. It's gonna be from noontime till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's gonna be several demonstrations over there, as well as a 1853 Bunton hand tub. So if you've never seen an antique fire truck, this is a good opportunity. This particular piece doesn't come out but a couple of times a year in different areas. It's kind of a neat thing to see, so. Talk to
For the public, could the selectmen just give some idea about these committees that need volunteers? How often do the committees normally meet? that sort of thing.
Leave that to Jennifer.
The rec committee, depending on the sport, they actually just scheduled their October meeting, Bill. I will send it to you in an email, I believe it's next Wednesday, but don't quote me. Rec committee generally meets once a month, depending on what's going on. Cemetery committee, right now, we only have one member on it, and she is very gung-ho to get going on it. That may be twice a month, until we get everything labeled in town, and until we are able to plot all the different cemeteries. Road committee has not met in numerous amount of years.
Years?
Years. Yeah, I said it's a safe bet.
Yeah,
Has not met in
yeah,
years.
they kind of just meet when they need to, so they
Yeah.
haven't
I thought
really,
it was dissolved.
no.
No, there was a question on the last warrant to dissolve it,
Yeah.
and it failed. The
Yep.
road committee is still intact, there's one opening.
Yep.
Because it's an elected seat, we have to continue to advertise it, but they have not met in a couple of years. I'd have to check to give you an exact date, but it is.
Back a year or two ago, you used to give the selectmen a list of the meetings that are going on throughout the month.
It's on the website on the calendar of events.
Okay.
Would you like me to send you the link?
You used to do us a list, just for our own
Just-
knowledge.
Just to clarify, the road committee has 2 people and they need 3?
On the spot, I'm gonna say they only need one person. If I recall from the election.
Well, I mean, like 3 people on the committee and they currently have 2. So just looking
No,
for
it's a
1
bigger
seat?
committee than that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's a bigger committee. I
No, it
can
used to
tell you
be-
by looking at the minutes real quick, but
Used to be 8 people on
yeah,
it.
it's larger than that. But there is one opening as far as I know, if I remember from the, one second. So the June 18th warrant.
So can they meet without that one person?
Yes, absolutely. There's definitely a quorum. I'm gonna say there's at least 5 or 6 members on that committee.
Yeah, I know you're right on that. There was, thinking back as to who was on it, there was,
Well, okay, so last year, we elected 2 years. The year before that, we elected 2 3 years, so that's 4, 5, 6, there's probably 6 people on there. They definitely have enough to have a quorum, should somebody decide to call a meeting, or if the selectmen wanted to call a meeting, if you had,
Do you have a list of names who?
yeah, do you want it right now?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so Article 10, choose 2 members of the town road committee for 2-year terms. So in June of 16, there were 2 spots. Tom Gore was elected, and there were no other nominations. And then we would need to go back to June 15 town meeting.
yeah, with us folks.
Or- Thanks, Elise.
I just,
Article 9 in 2015 was to choose 3 members of the town road committee, and at that point, elected was Cynthia Hart, William Gannon, and Patrick Stevens. So that's 3, 4, 5 seats, right?
okay.
The road commissioners automatically on that.
There are members of, yes, they're advisory members, both road commissioners. And again, I'd have to pull the way that it was created.
So those 3 were 2-year?
Yes. So that's it. Because when I go back to 14, Tom Gore and Richard Wayman. In 2014, Tom Gore and Richard Wayman had 2-year terms. So in June of 16, we re-elected
Yep.
Tom Gore. Mr. Wayman had moved out of town, so he wasn't eligible. So
Yep.
those are your members, plus the 2 road commissioners, like Jim said.
So would the volunteers be actual members of the committee?
If we had somebody interested, they would be, the board of selectmen would appoint them for the remainder of the term.
Correct.
Which, remainder of the 2-year term, so they would go through 18.
Okay. All set on that?
Yes.
Okay. How are you set as far as having the reports coming in for the town report?
Well, I'm gonna name names.
No, you don't, I just,
I did get yours, so thank you.
oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I probably, Brenda and I actually just went over this. I believe I'm lacking 5.
Okay.
And we'll-
You got the library right? Okay.
So we're not gonna name names now, but I will do this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call those 5 this week. Next Tuesday, we're naming names.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds good. Yep, get on them and get them in, because then we can start getting that put together.
I'm on
So,
it.
okay, I'm sure. We have to also, well, we gotta figure out who we're gonna dedicate the report to this year.
Yeah, we're going to,
We kind of-
host a workshop for next Tuesday, and discuss
Okay.
that. I know you've got somebody in mind, and I've kind of already put that page. We're having, Brenda put that page together. I told her who that is, assuming the other 2 board members are on board with it, but I always think that a little bit of a surprise is nice, so. I'm
Okay,
gonna try to keep you from announcing it.
okay, that's fine.
We can have a workshop to discuss it.
Yep, we said we need to come up with someone to put the,
Dedication
yeah, to actually come up with the write-up for the whole thing.
for the dedication.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes,
Signed you up for that.
thank you. Okay, do we have anything else to come before the board? No? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? Okay, night, folks.